All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to talk about Terence Crawford beating Bob Arum and pretty much his team catching Bob trying to be cute in the lawsuit that Terence Crawford filed against Bob Arum. Big win, or a big win. I think it's fair to say a big win for Terence Crawford in the ongoing case that he has with Top Rank. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to talk about Terence Crawford getting over, or I think his legal team catching Bob Arum trying to be cute in their in the lawsuit that Terence Crawford had filed against him, and as a result, Bob Arum getting stuck out, and is probably going to have to pay the price for having done it. But before I get into that, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you're a longtime subscriber, supporter of the channel, thank you so much for continuing to support the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos, which we do on a daily basis in a live stream in the video format. All right, so news came out that Terence Crawford had a ruling come out in favor of him over Top Rank in the breach of lawsuit lawsuit that Terence Crawford filed against Bob Arum and Top Rank. Now, first and foremost, this does not mean that Terence Crawford won the lawsuit. That is not the case, because this is really a issue about whether he won an issue about where the case would be heard, or where, excuse me, some people get on me when I say where the case would be is going to be heard and who is going to hear it. However, the reason that he caught him, that the fact that he beat him in this, I really do think was something that just wound up pretty much Bob Arum got cute, got stupid, and it backfired on him. And as a result, Terence Crawford is going to be much more empowered to continue on forward with this lawsuit and push it all the way to the end. So let me explain what I mean by that. Terence Crawford filed the complaint against Top Rank and Bob Arum in the state court of Nevada. Right after Top Rank heard that Terence Crawford had filed the suit in the state court of Nevada, and before Terence Crawford's representatives actually officially notified Bob Arum of that and Top Rank, Bob Arum and through his legal team requested that the case be removed from state court and go to federal court. Right, he did that before he was actually served notice of the complaint by Terence Crawford's team. As a result, the court said that Bob Arum and Top Rank had committed what you call a snap removal, which was basically saying that they were trying to gimmick and trying to use gamesmanship in the legal system to acquire an advantage in the lawsuit. And that meant pretty much by saying not being served and just removing it to federal court, that was before they would have actually had an opportunity to read the complaint and pretty much make an argument for the removal based on the complaint, because they had never even seen it. So why would Bob Arum want to do that? Bob Arum would want to do that because it is, number one, it is going to drive up the cost of the lawsuit for Terence Crawford, because one, federal courts move more slowly than state courts do, generally speaking, and also their rules are more stringent, which means that they could basically file different motions and extend the cost of the length of the lawsuit out over a longer period of time. When you extend the lawsuit over a longer period of time, what you wind up doing is driving up the cost of the lawsuit for one of the other parties, and the party with the deepest pocket is the one that is going to be able to go about that and do that longest. So pretty much it's a way to just make somebody incur more and more expenses to defend the lawsuit. Now, that's the reason for them moving into federal court. However, what the silly move was for Bob Arum was the fact that if, according to the reading of the case from the judge, because he said that it was removed based off the snap removal, they didn't remand it. They didn't remand it back to state court because of the argument that, there was not diversity of citizen, or he was a foreign. And by that, it means that any of the arguments that Terence Crawford made, because Terence had made the argument, or his lawyers had made the argument, that he was what you call a forum defendant, that he had availed himself to the state court of Nevada and pretty much waived, the necessity for there to be diversity of, waived the issue about diversity of citizenship, right? Because the diversity of citizenship is this: when you have somebody that is from one state and somebody that is from another state, one party's from one state, another party is from another state, that is what you call diversity of citizenship. And that is a reason to move the case to federal court. Another reason why it would be that is because the damages that they're seeking, I think, is in excess of $75,000, $50,000 to $70,000, whatever the case is. But the combination of Terence Crawford being from Nebraska and Bob Arum and Top Rank being in Nevada, plus the amount of the lawsuit, would have allowed them to move it to federal court. But the simple fact that they got cute and filed the removal before they had actually heard the complaint tells the court, okay, we don't want to do that because you are pretty much using the system. You're using this, gaming the system in order to get an advantage in the suit. And so they sent it. So the federal judge sent it back to state court. And that's the end of the day. It's going to be heard in Nevada state court. So, however, if Bob Arum had just been patient, now, presumably, if Bob Arum and his attorneys had just been patient and waited to file for the removal from state court to federal court, if they would just have waited until they had actually been served, then they more than likely would have been able to have it removed, go to the federal court, and then all of the advantages of having the case heard in federal court would have been realized by Bob Arum and Top Rank. But they got cute, went at it too quick, and the federal court kicked that out, which is a very, very good sign for Terence Crawford in this regard. It's going to allow the case to move through the state court more quickly with less onerous procedures connected to it, and therefore it's going to be less expensive for him to see it all the way to the end, where if it was in the federal court, Bob Arum may be able to stretch it out for years and years and drive up the cost of it by hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars. And Bob Arum has a lot more money, presumably a lot more money than Terence Crawford does, and probably has a lot more stomach for a long lawsuit than Terence Crawford does, because Bob Arum is already 90 years old, and he may say, look, I'm not going to pay a penny of this while I'm alive. I'll stretch this out for 5, 6, 10 years, right? But Terence Crawford, being a professional fighter who only has 5 or 6 more fights left, and he needs to protect his nest egg for the rest of his life, assuming he's, pretty much when he retires from boxing, that he's going to need all of that money to take care of him and his family for the rest of his life, may not be as willing to go for so long. So congratulations to Terence Crawford. Big win. Bob Arum, a duh. How about being a little bit more patient next time you try to get over on somebody? But anyway, that's my take on the matter. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.